So let me take you around the truck. I'll show you where we're at and what we got coming up next. What's up, guys? It's Derek. So I wanted to do a quick C10 update. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I have not touched this truck in a while. The Sun project, this thing, has consumed me. It has taken so much more time than I expected, and I've really been concentrating on that just because it's easier. Right now, it's still cold out. We're in the Northeast, and I mean, when it's 34 in the garage, it's not as much fun to spend time in here laying on a cold concrete floor under the truck, messing with shift linkage cables that I can't quite figure out. So that makes working in my basement shop just a lot easier, a lot more enjoyable, so that's what I've been doing. I'm not one to rush a project just to push videos for YouTube. I don't want to do things twice. I want to do it once, do it right, and move on. I don't want to take it for a ride and then come back and have to redo everything I just did because I was rushing just to make content. I'm not going to do that. So let me take you around the truck. I'll show you where we're at and what we got coming up next. All right, so we'll just kind of start under the hood. This is the start box that I built years ago for just a completely different project, but it works great for just starting a new engine. So basically, because I'm not putting the dashboard back in here yet, it just has everything you would need in it. It's got the voltmeter, it's got the water temperature, oil pressure. This is an RPM gauge. You can turn everything on here. Everything lights up. It looks kind of cool. I did have a problem with it. The engine start switch died on me, I guess. And I do have all these wired in as well. These two are not hooked up right now because this is mechanical fuel pump. It's super simple. All I need, this is my ignition switch basically. So this would be on and off. And then to turn it over, instead of pressing the button, I'm just gonna use the lead over here because I don't feel like pushing the button and turn it over that way. So that works great. I did get the trans fill tube mounted to the back of the transmission, which I thought was going to be a lot harder than it was. It wasn't that bad. I got all of these wires hooked up to the distributor and sending units for the gauges. I don't have the alternator hooked up, but we won't need that to run it. Brakes are all done. I installed the trans cooler. I do have to run the trans cooler lines. I have the fittings in the transmission. I'm just going to run rubber lines for now. Eventually I'll change them to steel. Maybe, probably not. When these go bad, I'll change them to steel. So I still have to run the rubber lines from the transmission and route them up to the trans cooler. You guys let me know what you want to do. When we fire this up, right now it's open headers. I do have, in the bed of the truck, I have some purple hornies that I was going to put on it, just so I could make it so we could drive this around. So you let me know if you want me to start this thing open headers for the first time in the garage, I'll do that. Or if you guys don't care, I'll just throw the purple hornies on there so it's not shaking everything off my walls. But you guys let me know if you want me to start this up with just a purple hornies on there or what, because that's coming up soon. What else did I do? I feel like I did other things. The brakes are bled. Yeah, I guess that's about sums it up. So yeah, we got brakes in the truck. We've got the wiring half-assed. We've got some kind of an exhaust we could throw on there for a test drive down the road. We've got trans fluid. I still need to do a couple things under the hood before we could start it. Cooling system's finished, except for the shroud, but we're gonna do that later, after it's driving. So the next thing we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to finish running the trans cooler lines. I want to pull the seat out inside the truck, vacuum the floors. I want to make sure all the floors are fully patched in. I believe they are. I just want to make sure that they're fully patched and everything's the way I want it. I want to scuff the floors down and paint them, probably pour 15. Then I want to insulate the floors. And I also want to insulate the back of the cab before I put the gas tank in. So that's what's going to be next. So I have an old gas tank for this that was behind the seat. We're going to keep it there because it's easier. It needs to be cleaned and sealed, so we're going to clean and seal it, install it in the truck, run fuel lines, and then once that's done, we'll basically be ready to fire up the truck for the first time. I've also got wheels and tires on the way. Hopefully they're here soon because I can't wait to get this truck back on the ground. And we'll really get to see what it looks like at its ride height. It's gonna be cool. I can't wait to see it with the new wheels and tires. But yeah, once it warms up a little bit more, we're gonna get right back into working on the C10. The Sun Engine Analyzer project is just consuming me right now. It's taking a lot of my time and energy. And once the weather warms up, I will divvy up my time better, and we'll get back on the C10 video, on the C10 series. And my goal is still to get this truck running and driving out of the garage under its own power by spring, and I would really like it back on the road this summer. That's my deadline. This summer, this truck's gonna be on the road. It might not look pretty, but it's gonna be on the road. Thanks for watching.